I'm, of course.
That's a look from earlier on as the Nets head to the locker room. They're in no mood to let this game get away from them on their home floor. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. DA will join us tonight on the sideline. Let's get a break in the action now. Let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Detroit, just way behind.
And checking out Detroit, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden has led the league in points per game the last 3 seasons. And the Beard said, honestly, it's not even about me scoring. Teams are playing me for the pass. I just try to make the best play, and whether that's scoring or passing, every game is different. Kevin, back to you.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. And for our viewers tonight, don't blink. Clark, you might miss something.
Do not blink. Do not put your eyes on your popcorn or whatever snack you're having while you're watching this one. They get up and down in a hurry, both of these squads. Execution on the fast break will probably determine the outcome in this one. Fast break points, a big stack to keep an eye on.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got Hayes. Doomboya is out there with Plumlee. Then there's Wayne Ellington. And it's Bay in at the 3 slot. And looking at the Nets, DeAndre Jordan is out there with Big Red. And it's Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the 2. Here's Irving. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Always a threat on the drive. Irving has an explosive first step.
Here's Hayes. Pass to Ellington. Back to Hayes. Here's Bay. Here's the 3. No good. Durant in the corner. The offensive rebound. Jordan. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Hayes the pass to Bay. And Jordan sends it back. In transition, here come the Nets. And a wide open look for Irving. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Here's Bay. Good work defensively by KD. The Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Pops it up for Jordan. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Boy, Jordan is an alley-oop specialist, a big target with strength and bounce.
Here's Hayes. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
The first bucket for this offense, 1 of 4 to start the game.
Irving passes to Harden. Puts up a 3. But they'll get another chance. Second shot opportunity. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint. And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back 3, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a 2-move torture chamber. Yeah, they have dialed it up a notch here, really battling to extend this run.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted 3-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
The first one falls, and the Pistons making a change here. Hayes hits them both. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Irving passes to Harden. Good on the triple. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Already, they've piled up 8 second chance points.
Feasting on those backboards. I love that physicality.
Here's Bay. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
An 89% free throw shooter puts him right there among the league's best from the line.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
That free throw missing, and Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in, and the Pistons making a change here as well. Jackson, he's checked in for Hayes. And he's good on the second. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable, and there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now. Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And he lays in the alley-oop.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Jay Crowder's checked in for the Nets. Gerald Green comes in for Kyrie Irving. Carter, he's checked in for Detroit. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Well, you know, the cohesiveness was evident out there. These guys feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
And they have owned the paint so far and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Shot clock at 5. Here's Okafor. Detroit, no good that time either.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And the basket by Johnson.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Smith against Crowder. Pass to Stewart. Shot to stop the run. Sinks the three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Harden. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Goes. Count it.
And, you know, Smith says, bump that. I'm not going to let the defense overwhelm me. If he's close to the rim, he's going to find a way to score around good defense.
James Harden getting it done for Brooklyn. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
Yeah, also, though, they've done a good job of pounding the offensive glass for second chance points.
Pistons trailed by 21. Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Carter out there with Wayne Ellington. Then it's Plumlee. Then there's Doumbouya. And it's Stewart in at the 4. Doumbouya kicks to Carter. Shot clock at 6. 16 feet away. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Brooklyn leading by 21. Green inside the three-point line. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. The pass to Ellington. Work defensively by Harden. Brooklyn's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Carter dishes to Ellington. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Green finds Harden. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Big Red. Kevin Durant comes in for Green. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. Hayes, he's checked in for Detroit. I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Pass to Irving. Get the teardrop. The kick out to Crowder. Pass to KD. Knocks down the 3 ball. KD's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Focus, intense focus. Durant has bundles of it. Once he catches the rock, the first thing on his mind is let it go.
Passes it to Ellington. Plumlee trying to break loose. A shot by Ellington, no good.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. He continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys?
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Detroit, no good that time either.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
Johnson, he's checked in for Crowder. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Good on the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now Ellington, he's averaging a bit over 5 points a game.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Out to the right wing to halt the run. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Bay. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
It's his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Kevin Durant.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Durant.
Boy, you look at Durant's resume. He's already accomplished most of the big individual honors. League MVP, Finals MVP, scoring champion.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game play.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it. So you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Irving passes to Johnson. 59 seconds left in the first half. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Johnson. KD's got 7 points. Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Knocked away. Stolen by Harden. For the finish. And the jam by Harden.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands. And I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Smith kicks to Jackson. Back to Smith. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Big Reds have got 6 rebounds in the game. Second chance shot. He lays it in. 10 points for him.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Boy, you've got to do better than that against Smith Jr. Be careful how you defend him inside.
The Pistons have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. The first free throw is good.
Boy, the speed and shooting Smith possesses is dangerous. I mean, a speedy point guard who continues to get better.
Smith hits them both. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. You know, it's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. You know, I think that's what we're here for. And so, you know, guys, just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
My family doesn't think it's all for the kids, but I appreciate your sentiment. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. James Harden was the man in the first. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Yet again, we're seeing the offensive brilliance of James Harden, able to see openings develop before they actually happen. When you have that kind of anticipation, it makes you nearly unguardable.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, with the way they struggle to defend the three-point line, it's starting to look like a warm-up. They not be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just a few.
Wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Big Red out there with Jordan. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Durant in at the 3, the small forward. Irving finds Jordan, takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Well, his IQ is one of the best in the league. Irving has a great feel for when his teammates are open.
And here's Hayes, and there's the pass to Bay. Back to Hayes. Poked loose. Irving with the steal. And now the fast break. Irving with the ball and laid in to finish the break. Irving's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, that's exactly how you punish a team in transition. Kyrie getting out in front and going straight on the attack.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. From downtown, And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
Well, that's a moment he'd like to archive. Embarrassing lapse of judgment there.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile one block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Brooklyn's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots, 6 of 13. Outside Jordan, a shot by Harden, wide open, hits it from three-point range. Harden's got 19 points.
Boy, I tell you what, when Harden decides to turn it up, then you're turned out. It is a sight to see, folks. I mean, relentless, instinctive, tremendous night so far for him.
Here's Bay, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. Brooklyn's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Jordan dishes to Harden. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hayes the pass to Bay. Now Ellington. Hayes with it. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Dishes it to Plumlee. 4 on the clock. Bay, no good.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
To the wing right side. From past the arc. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Irving passes to Big Red, and it's sent back.
Oh, what a dunk!
That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 14 rebounds. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, you know he's around, and that's what he does. DeAndre Jordan throwing that shot out of there.
Here's Irving, and it's sent back by Plumlee. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And the Nets making a change here. Horton Tucker's checked in. And then for Detroit, Stewart's checked in for Plumlee. And Smith subbed in for Wayne Ellington. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's Big Red. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. And that's 13 points for Big Red.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
And there it is for him. Stewart's got 5 now.
Yeah, and Smith doing a nice job getting his teammates involved. Terrific at spotting the open man.
Here's Big Red. Irving from long range. Here's Jordan. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Jordan's got 6 points in the quarter.
Controlling the defensive glass has been a problem here tonight.
Big difference in second chance points, and that makes it tough.
Pass to Bay. Smith for three. Hands it from downtown. He's got 7.
Well, you got to get out on Smith from deep. He's very good at stroking it from downtown.
Nets passing it around. Harden gets the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Smith kicks to Hayes. Here's Bay. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Tries again, and Stewart gets it to go.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
Left side Irving. And the layup is good.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And it's Smith penetrating. Rebounded by the Nets. Throws it up high. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now here's Hayes. He's covered by Irving. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Pass to Horton Tucker. The shot's good.
Mr. Do-It-All coming away with the assist there. I mean, Harden making sure to keep his teammates involved in the offense.
The Nets shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. So both teams making some changes here.
Shooting 1.
7 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And Smith puts up a deep 3. Offline. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Nets running away with it. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. They've got Jahlil Okafor. Corey Joseph is out there with Carter. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Stewart in at the 4. Carter looking around. The dish now to Joseph. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the wrath of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Carter, the pass to Okafor. Outside, Joseph. Kicks to Jackson. Lock at 6. Off target from outside. And Brooklyn has possession. Johnson at the elbow. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Darius Miller, he's checked in for the Nets. And it's Joseph with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Makes it off the glass. Joseph's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, capable from the interior. When Joseph has the space needed to get a shot off, he uses it.
Joseph against Crowder. Ball's knocked loose. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. That one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Crowder. And let's see what the Nets have coming up. On Tuesday, they'll defend home court against the Chicago Bulls. Then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
Carter down low, working on Green, just 4 to shoot. Here's Joseph, up again. Crowder pulls it in. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 66% right now. This offense getting everything they want out there. Johnson, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Passes it to Okafor. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That is his first foul of the game. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't
no
that long
kidding.
ago, at least
No
it feels
kidding.
like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. Remember, like it was yesterday.
Green's been around a while. He's a seasoned veteran and knows exactly when to use his burst and athletic ability to attack the rim.
Gerald Green. 2 shots.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And, you know, Green is known for his instant offense, no doubt about that. He's a guy that knows the coach is counting on him to let it fly and let it fly often.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Konchar's checked in. And both free throws good for Green. A lot of big decisions have fallen on Adam Silver's shoulders, the commissioner of the NBA. And Greg, I think you and I agree, by all accounts, he has succeeded with flying colors. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
No doubt about it. I mean, I don't know that you could have had a better person for the times. Adam Silver is to be commended, but I think also appreciated, not just from the players and the owners, but I think our fans should also appreciate who he is as a person. I've often said that commissioners typically work for the owners. He's the one commissioner, no matter the sport, that I've always felt like was a partner of the players as well.
Boy, the energy by Okafor on display there really just kind of willed that shot in over some pretty stingy defense.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Joseph. 1:49 left in the game. Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
Yeah, Joseph adept at finding his open teammates, and that's exactly what you want from your point guard.
Green passes to Conchar. There's the pass to Snell. 5 to shoot. The tray. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
And the basket is good.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Bucket is good.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Now, here's Joseph. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. James, another explosive score and productive night for you. How'd you get into that rhythm?
My teammates did an unbelievable job tonight, man. Every night, every single night of, getting me over, getting me shots, and we came away with the victory. That's all that matters.
Well, they did a great job, man, but so did you. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. everyone. Thanks so much for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Our game tonight featuring the Chicago Bulls as they go up against the Brooklyn Nets at Barclays Center. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith. David Aldridge joins us on the sideline. DA, take it away.
Hey, Kevin. Well, another Kevin Durant, is just as dedicated to his craft as you are at yours, but it's off the court where he says he's been on a search, pushing my limits, the flow of life, the people I meet, the environment I want to live in. All that stuff fulfills me more than anything. Kevin, the game of basketball opens so many doors for him to search.
It does indeed. Thanks, David. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Zach LaVine.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Zach LaVine is out there with Wright. Then there's Markkanen. And it's Vucevic, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. And for the Nets, Kyrie Irving is out there with Harden, and it's Durant, and there's Big Red, and it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. And midway through the season, some players going above and beyond. And Steve, is that contract year boost a myth, or is it a real thing?
Hey, Kevin, it is a real thing. You see guys more focused. You see guys that's usually not on time. On that contract year, you see guys on their best behavior, and you see some of their best play on the court overall.
Shots good by Durant.
Defensively, you can't give Durant this kind of look and expect to get a stop.
Wright looking around. Williams finds Vucevic. And it's blocked by Jordan. Just 2 to shoot. Here's Williams. Harden has a wide open look. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
I love how Durant keeps his eyes up, scanning for someone with a better look.
Vucevic against Jordan. LaVine trying to free himself up. Another miss by Vucevic. We've seen a quick start here for the Nets.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
Williams passes to Vucevic. Buries the long-range jumper.
There, they get it going. 1 for 4 now. Always feel good to get that first one.
Jordan up top. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Wright dishes to LaVine. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
Wright outside. Off target with his 3.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Irving kicks to Harden. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Over in the corner, Williams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Chicago shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you got a team percentage of about 81%, you're going to be one of the elites in this league.
That one falls for Williams. And both free throws good for Williams. So the Bulls, the last game, a win against the Pacers in Indiana.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
You know, I love what the coaches did tonight. They pushed the right buttons time and time again.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shooting 2.
That's good from Durant.
In terms of height, Durant was not a late bloomer, already a 6-footer in middle school.
Chicago making some changes. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. And Satoransky subbed in for DeLon Wright. Durant hits them both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Now here's Levine. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Nets leading by 8. On the wing, Irving. Satoransky covering. Takes a shot at the elbow. Count that one.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now here's Levine. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And the deep ball has come alive the last few seasons for Zach LaVine. He set a Bulls record for made threes in a season last year.
Hey, Greg, Zach LaVine continues to work and improve his shot, which has been fantastic. He not only trusts his shot at this point, but feel it's a strength now. He's more willing to look for jumpers and big possessions now.
First free throw is good. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
Here's Big Red. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And not only was he creating for himself, he was setting up teammates with good shots.
Here's Irving. Chicago grabs the miss. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
They knew that the arena would be rocking. And if they could execute well on the offensive end, they knew they could quiet down this hostile crowd.
Here's Satoransky following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Levine kicks to Aminu. Pass to Satoransky. Here's Levine. He gets that one.
The question for Zach LaVine coming in, will he get strong enough? There's your answer.
Levine against Green. Here's Irving. It's blocked. 1:06 left in the first. Aminu, the pass to Tice. Pass to Satoransky. The shot that time, not on target. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. In the corner, Irving with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Irving's got 9.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
The pass to Levine. And he banks in the layup.
You see Levine's filled out his frame, shakes off contact, and completes the play.
Johnson outside. Green against Levine. They kick it out to Green. And again, Brooklyn Brooklyn with the triple.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
This has been a beatdown right here, possibly over before it began.
Levine feeling it out a bit. Goes up from the top of the key. The shot missing. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. We come back right after this. And recently, we chatted with Zach LaVine about the team, and he pointed out what he sees as an advantage.
You know, we should have energy, and we should be outplaying the other team. Like I said, just competitive-wise, we don't have all the miles other teams have. We should have energy, you know, young, hungry dudes that are ready to compete and show what they have in this league. And we shouldn't be tired out there. We should be the most conditioned team, and we should be running people up and down.
Greg trying to turn their youthful exuberance into a weapon.
I like that he's focused on increasing their level of activity because it's something within their control.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
We've got Johnson, Jake Crowder out there with Big Red. Then there's Irving. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Harden comes in for Irving. Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Chicago. Williams comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. And he makes both free throws. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Bulls have a new front office, branching out from the Nuggets brain trust with new team president, given Denver's success identifying and developing young talent with a win percentage that's climbed year after year. There is at least some optimism that the Bulls will be able to build a similar and sustainable winning program. Guys?
Wouldn't that be a story? Thank you, David.
And for a big man, Vucevic is pretty efficient at the line, really has a complete game.
For Chicago, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Vucevic.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Outside Jordan. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Jordan's got his second basket of the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Satoransky. It's good.
Good drive. For a big point guard, Satoransky has a surprisingly quick first step.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Passes it to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Satoransky finds Williams. Now here's Satoransky. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
It's hard to get all the way to the rim in this league. The floater is a shot Satoransky is developing.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Harden, rebounded by Vucevic.
The defense is right there. Quality contest, and they threw him off his rhythm.
Pass to Wright. Durant against Williams. The three. He's off on that one. The Nets go the other way with it. They beat the Bulls during their last encounter in Chicago.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the chart.
They get it back, and here's KD for 3. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Bulls trail by 14. Wright dishes to Vucevic. Over Jordan. And Vucevic kicks to Satoransky. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. Satoransky's got 7 now in this quarter. Harden against Wright. Harden the pass to KD. Pulls up, high post, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
This is what you like about Kevin Durant. Doesn't need to press the issue. Mid-range is close enough.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
Teams changing it up here. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. You look at Irving, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved. And, of course, Big Red, a little bit down the ladder. He really does a great job leading his team. Such an unselfish player.
If you look at the work of these two players over that period, you might have to say we're looking at the 2 best passers in the NBA. And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
That play is made because of Kyrie's vision and his willingness to share the basketball.
And it's Wright with the ball for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 13-point game. It's deflected.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
From deep, Harden sinks the triple. Harden's got 12 in the game. Well, Chicago's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Young. outside Levine. Just 5 to shoot.
So much of rebound is about positioning. Effort. No lack of it right there.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
His shot making has been superb this quarter. He's taken over this game.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
One shot.
And the way Harden plays the game, incredible. So much energy and really as creative as they come.
Now here's Wright. He averages about 5 points a game. Irving against Levine. And it's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of the game. Just 5 on the clock. They need this.
The will is there, but the execution is lacking. He can't seem to finish plays this quarter.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Three-pointer. No good on the last second attempt there. James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Kevin, what has allowed you all to build this lead in the first half?
Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together, and we had a decent half. We got to keep it going.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. James Harden led the way in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nets' first half?
Once again, we're seeing the high offensive IQ of James Harden. In an instant, he can read the defense and find the weakness. You're not going to outthink this guy.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
The shots were not dropping for them, and now they're in a big hole. They gotta be talking about a way to get good shots. Their shot selection, pew-wee, not at all what it needed to be.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
And these weren't just putbacks and alley-oops. He was roaring to the rim and finishing.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Markkanen is out there with Vucevic. Then it's Zach LaVine. Then it's Williams. And it's Wright in at the point guard. Here's Big Red after the made shot from Zach LaVine. Big Red passes to KD. A three-pointer is right on target. Durant's got 9 points. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft. First on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who ever played the game. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
The Nets shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. That's good from Irving.
I mean, it's so impressive. Kyrie's scoring ability. Terrific shot maker, obviously gets to the line, converts at a high rate.
Now here's Levine. He's got 8. And he uses the glass on the layup. He's got 10.
Providing so much size and athleticism out of the backcourt. Levine challenging the heart of that defense.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he? Here's Levine. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Harden the pass to Big Red. Back to Harden. A three-pointer, no good.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break.
Levine against Harden. And stolen by Irving. And here's the fast break. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Now, we have seen continued growth with the NBA's affiliated leagues the last few years. Think about the explosion in popularity of the WNBA, the Basketball Africa League, expansion of the 2K League, greater pay in the WNBA and the G League pathway, along with the unionization of G League players. The league continues to show its commitment to expanding opportunities on multiple levels. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question, toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Both teams deciding to change it up. The list of contenders for the three-point contest is really interesting this year. Every one of these guys is capable of going lights out in a setting like that.
Yeah, the field is almost set, and I wouldn't want to have to make a prediction. These are all fantastic shooters. It's just a matter of who gets hot on that day.
You look at Levine. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
The voting is just about over, so we'll keep updating you on how it's going. Some very deserving names at the top of this year's list.
Yeah, no problems with the voting thus far. I think the fans and media have done their homework and picked the best shooters in the league. They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
The kick out to Irving. Three-pointer, Crowder, yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 4th assist in this one.
This is what Crowder loves to do. He's out there saying, set me up, please.
And the pass to Levine. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Drains the 19-footer.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Irving finds KD. Fires, high post. Again, the Nets for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Just his first attempt. Irving's shot is good. Irving's got 16 points.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
It's been tremendous job of play calling and execution. They just continue to increase this lead.
And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
Beautiful find by Levine there. Takes his time to survey the floor.
Passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. Fires the three. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Satoransky kicks to Williams. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
Jordan inside. Vucevic defending. And here is KD. He's got 11. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Bulls shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both teams will make substitutions. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Nets. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Washington. They'll face the Wizards. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Now, here's Aminu. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Young finds Aminu. 6 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. A 3-ball. The shot by Satoransky, no good. And so it's Brooklyn with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Gerald Green. Johnson is out there with Anthony Tolliver. And there's Big Red, and it's Harden in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Looks smart when the shots are going down.
Now, here's Tice. And the officials call a traveling violation.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
You know what it is, a lack of concentration. That's a momentum killer.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And read the play perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Outside, Green. Chicago shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Brown wide open. He fired. His three-pointers off the mark. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Green taking his time here. Pass to Harden. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Bulls. And here's Valentine for three. And it's James Harden with the rebound. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Green finds Harden. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. Here's Johnson, hits the jump hook. Johnson's got 5 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Valentine. Pass to Tice. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
And that one's good. Green.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Aminu. Valentine passes to Arcidiacono. Rebounded by the Nets. Big Red's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Johnson with the dunk.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now here's Valentine. We know the NBA is looking to get rid of the one-and-done rule pretty soon. Adam Silver, Greg, saying he thinks the league can create a better system. Do you think so?
I think they can create a better system for some. I think the growth of the G League, no doubt, is instrumental in that new system. Now these young rookies can get the playing time in lower tier pro games as they continue to develop. But I think still the collegiate game plays a significant role. The experience of going to college, even for a year, can be invaluable.
There are pros both ways, college or the G League. Agreed?
I do. I'm just glad it's not a one-size-fits-all proposition. Now you have the option. Not every kid wants to go to college and have that experience.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Garrett Temple has checked in for Troy Brown. Both shots good from the stripe.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Brooklyn's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. The pass to Snell. Here's Conchar. Back to Snell. There's the triple. The rebound by Arcidiacono.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Now Valentine. Greg, you played against some terrific players, including the late, great Kobe Bryant. I'd love to hear your thoughts on playing against Kobe.
I mean, his passing is still tough, I'm sure, for many to deal with because he was just taken from us at such a young age. But this guy was a ferocious competitor and someone who showed us in life and in tragedy that you need to make the most of every moment that we have here. You know, I just appreciated to really the fans getting to know Kobe once his career was over, because I think he was able to let his guard down a little bit and show us a lighter side, a more compassionate side.
That is an excellent point. Another shot, and Tice finishes inside.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Nets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And these guys already with 45 wins on the year, so tonight will make it 46.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
Shouldering the load for them all night offensively. He came in focused, ready to go, and he delivered.
McLemore with the ball. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. DeAndre, you were active at both ends today. How did you get yourself going?
I think it was just us trying to come out and win a game at home. We know how important these are. Every game that we play is important, so we just got to keep it going.
And you protected the home court well, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Welcome to a very special edition of 2K TV. It's our 7th season finale, and that means it's time to celebrate you, the 2K community, with our annual 2K TV.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Coming up next, the Wizards taking on the Nets. For the Washington Wizards, it's a battle between teams with championship DNA. They will have the home crowd behind them in what is sure to be a clash of titans. Nets Wizards is next. We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last several months for Bradley Beal.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. The Wizards have struggled the last couple of years, so some people were surprised that Bradley Beal signed an extension there. Beal said, "Today, a lot of stars want to team up. No knock, but I'm a firm believer in sticking with what you got. If I win a championship in D.C., that'll hold way more weight than if I just left and tried to get one." Kevin?
Oh, I love that story. David, thank you. Two of the hottest teams, Greg, getting together tonight. This is highly anticipated.
And you know what, Kevin? The trick to winning a game like this, force your opponent to play your style of basketball. That could determine who goes home with the W.
I like that. So the Nets starting five. Durant is out there with Big Red. Then it's Harden. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Irving at the point guard. And for the Wizards, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Bradley Beal. And it's Avdia in at the 3, the small forward. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Irving surveying the floor. Passes it to Durant. Tries from 16. It's good on the putback.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
Now here's Westbrook. Beal the pass to Hachimura. Now here's Bryant. Over Jordan. And Bryant the bucket on the assist by Avdia.
Well, we all know shooting's so valuable in today's NBA, and bigs have got to be able to do it. Thomas Bryant doing work in the mid-range.
Here's KD. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. Here's Irving. Rebounded by the Wizards. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And what Brian has been showing more and more of is the ability to read the floor and make good decisions.
Right, Greg. This is a very smart guy who dominated in high school and college just because of his size. He overwhelmed opponents. Now we're seeing him pass out of double teams. Shot selection is better. Timing and pick and roll is now superb. This guy has really grown.
Here's Beal. No good off the back of the rim.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Here's Big Red. This game he had 10 points. Pass to Harden. For the 3. Traps in the tray.
And without a doubt, one of the most advanced scorers this game has ever seen. Harden can do damage from just about anywhere.
Now here's Westbrook. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Charlotte.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
The Nets have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Harden outside. And finished off by KD.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Harden. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And how about this, Doris? For all of his offensive accomplishments, Beal has said he wants to make the all-defensive first team at some point.
Well, he has the instincts, the athleticism, and the tenacity to do exactly that, Greg. The problem is he has had to expend so much energy at the offensive end. But what you love is he's willing to take on difficult challenges. That should help him qualify.
The first one falls. And, you know, we often talk about Beal's skill set and his finesse. He can play a very physical game as well, Greg.
He doesn't have a choice. I mean, he had 4 brothers who all played football in college, so he kind of grew up around the physicality. And you can also tell Bill's taking his strength and conditioning seriously, especially after having the lower body injury issues earlier in his career.
You want to contest this guy's shot, but you absolutely don't want to send him to the line. He will make you pay.
Here's Big Red, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. The shot by KD, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Now, here's Avdia. 8 points his last outing. Beal can't get it to go. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And arguably no one in the NBA draws more attention than Harden. Part of why he creates so many opportunities for others.
Now, here's Westbrook. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. So we'll see Russell Westbrook go to the line here. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving. The Wizards shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards.
Mind the lane.
Lenz checked in for Bryant. Daniel Gafford comes in for Hachimura. And Raul Neto subbed in for Avdia. It seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. Terrific play.
3 terrific kids, you're right.
The motor of Russell Westbrook is absolutely amazing. This guy stays with his shot even through the tough contact.
The Wizards shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, what you love about Russell Westbrook, yes, he can give you a triple-double every night. But what I love more is the passion and the fact that he gives it to you every single night he plays.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Westbrook's got 8 points.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter's feel, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Crowder looking to end the run, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Well, you love Crowder's willingness to distribute the basketball. His vision allows him to set his teammates beautifully.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throw of the game right now. The Nets making a switch here. Horton Tucker's checked in. .127 left to play in the first. Beal against Johnson, and he makes that one. 7 points in the game.
Yeah, Bradley Beal just takes it right into the defender's chest. Beautifully done.
Here's Horton Tucker. Charity strike shot, and the wide open shot from Crowder, nailed from three-point land.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, they put the defense on them. Aggressive, intimidating. They blocked a lot of shots in that one.
It was obvious. They pressured that team from the outset every trip down the floor. That will wear an opponent down over time.
With this break in the action, let's see which players have had the hot hand lately. Here are the top scorers in the past month. Well, you look at Big Red, 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
To the paint, here's Gafford. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Now the pass to Green. Count it.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there. Just calmly rises and fires.
Neto, the pass to Beal. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. That one falls.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Green. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to Westbrook. Fade away. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Bradley Beal, he's been the guy making things happen for Washington. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. We've got more in store for you right after this. And we chatted with Bradley Beal recently, who touched upon the joys of playing at home.
Being yourself, being in your own comfortable setting, and then arena packed full of your own fans rooting and cheering you on. That's constant motivation and just energy, that puts us into this mindset that we have to win at home.
Greg, it goes without saying just how important playing at home is.
It's a matter of pride, making your opponent feel uncomfortable. 2 advantages that erode when you lose in your own house.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick. Hammer at home! Hammer at home, baby!
That is authority right there.
It was. Lopez outside. Pass to Westbrook. Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Passes it to Harden. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And one of the most creative scorers the league has to offer. Harden specializes in sinking those tough shots.
Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
Beal finds Neto. And here is Lopez. Pass to Beal. Lets it go with the 3. Jay Crowder with the rebound.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
The 3 from KD. Good on the 3-point shot. KD's got his second basket of the night.
I'll tell you, KD has such a beautiful looking stroke. He's been doing that at an elite level for a long time.
Crowder against Beal. That's off. It's his 4th miss in 7 tries. Crowder kicks to Harden. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Left side Durant. Shot clock at 6. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Washington making some changes. Ryan checked in for Lopez. And Rui Hachimura subbed in for Mike Muscala. Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. Here's Neto. No points in the game yet for him. Outside, Beal shoots from the baseline. Good D by Harden. Brooklyn leading by 4. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive. And how about the footwork? Check out those moves in the post and then the sweet finish to go along with it.
Excellent work around the basket. You're right, G.A. And another miss by Washington.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
and creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Voting for the dunk contest is just about over, so let's bring up the leading contenders for you. Boy, with the players on this list, you know this year's contest is going to be a fun one.
It is. And with their places in the contest almost wrapped up, I'm sure these guys are working on their moves already.
Well, you look at Big Red sitting at the top of the heap. Looks like he'll be planning on an appearance at the dunk contest this year.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised with his athleticism. This guy has got the goods, no doubt about it. The hops are incredible, and we'll just have to see what sort of creativity he can apply.
And we're getting closer and closer to having our contestants determined. So be sure to stay tuned as we'll be bringing you updates very, very soon.
And partner, if we had the contest today, I'd be happy with the group we have right now.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
I think there was some thinking after Thomas Bryant had a strong freshman year at Indiana that he would declare for the draft. It's interesting he opts for a second year. That seems to be a real rarity in this one-and-done era.
The Wizards making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. And the Nets making a change here as well. Green's checked in. And the second free throw, good. Emphasizing the importance of a deep bench. A few teams, Doris, across the league are riddled with injuries right now.
And this is where your front office has to find a way to be successful year after year. And players over the course of a season maybe won't play for 5, 6, 7, 8 games, and then an injury opens an opportunity, and you have to have a high level of professionalism at the end of the bench to endure these moments.
High post, KD. He has 5.
Well, they have the advantage, but you still feel like this guy needs to find a way to get himself going.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Harden bounce pass. And KD, here we go. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, you see, if you're going to foul him, you've got to wrap Kevin Durant up. He's too good at absorbing contact and finding a way to score.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Alex Len comes in for Thomas Bryant. And Daniel Gafford subbed in for Avdia. That's good from Durant.
Now, Kevin Durant is an absolute nightmare for defenses. And if you're the opposing coach and he starts to take over, you've got to be thinking, what am I going to do with this guy?
Westbrook passes to Hachimura. The kick out to Westbrook. Jacks up a 3. He can't get that one. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. This their first look at this year's Washington squad.
Going against a conference opponent, one that outplayed them head-to-head last season, a chance for payback.
The pass to Hachimura. Len with it. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Beal. Back to Len. 5 on the clock.
Let's take a look now at some numbers for Beal. His last 10 games, he's averaging 15 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
That free throw, no good.
And this kind of free throw shooting just leaves a coach shaking his head. I mean, they have been awful from the line this quarter.
Johnson, he's checked in for James Harden. And he sinks the second.
Well, Alex Len has the kind of length and interior game to make himself valuable. A solid big man, somebody you want in your rotation.
Green dishes to Irving. Teardrop shot. It's deflected. Outside Westbrook. 44 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Beal. And the three off target.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. 7-point differential.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Here's Big Red. He's got 9. Pass to KD. Off the left rim and out. And we finish one half of basketball. Nets lead by 7. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we playing together. Everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. It was in the second quarter when they really found their form, building their lead to 7 points at the half. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Hey, man, the Beard's doing his thing again, guys. One of the best scorers in NBA history. He has so many different moves. This step back right here, look at this. Wow, he's built to carry the load offensively.
Kenny, your take on Washington so far?
Well, after the field goal percentage they allowed in the first half, it's time for them to get tough. That's right, tough. If they're going to stay in this game, they'll need to turn this into a street fight. Get physical. Let some elbows go. Yes, let them go. And guys know they're going to be no more easy baskets in here. Let them know that.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
And let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Wizards trail by 7. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So on the floor for Washington, Hachimura and Bryant are in the middle. Bradley Beal is out there with Russell Westbrook, and it's Avdia in at the 3. Here's Westbrook. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, why not, right? When Russell Westbrook is working to the degree he is tonight, why wouldn't you consistently run your offense through him? It makes perfect sense.
Harden finds Jordan. Here's Big Red. Drills it from outside. Big Red's got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Westbrook passes to Hachimura. Over Irving. Hachimura, no good. Brooklyn leading by 8.
And Hachimura's given name, Rui, means fortress in Japanese. And that's what he looks like out there. He's worked hard in the weight room, sports a solid frame with a terrific core and that great lower body strength.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And you combine Hachimura's power with that 7'2" wingspan, Greg. He's physically built to succeed in a positionless NBA.
And add to that, Kevin, he's got solid athleticism along with a versatile skill set. Hachimura still needs to work on creating off the dribble, shooting the jump shot with consistency, but with his work ethic, there's a good chance he turns those into strengths.
Lopez comes in for Hachimura, and Raul Neto subbed in for Bradley Beal. Wizards trail by 10 outside Westbrook. Shot from free throw range. Jordan with the rebound.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Wizards have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Lopez passes to Westbrook. No good, unable to end this run.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration mounting. With every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Your son, Cole, Greg, was one of the top high school players in America. A lot of services had him number 1. Talk about what it was like going through the recruiting process as a dad.
You know, it was fun for the most part because he really kind of kept everything in perspective. And the teams we dealt with, the schools we dealt with, man, they were all top notch. So that process, about as enjoyable as one could ask for, but at the same time, it's still stressful, man. That's still your little guy getting ready to head off to college.
Well, you're a dad and a proud one at that. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Kicks it to Muscala, and it's blocked, but they recover it. Neto, the pass to Abdia. And another miss by Washington.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended. Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
making a switch here. Beal's checked in. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, earning the first place position with a terrific record. And we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And, of course, Washington, right on their tail, vying to move up and take over if they get the chance.
And, you know, for the Wizards, every NBA season, there's always going to be some big surprises in store. And I think this season, they'd have to be considered one of the biggest of them all.
Oh, no question. And we're deep enough into the season to know, hey, this hasn't happened by accident. They are genuine contenders here.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Crowder against Lopez. Goes back up. And Jordan with the layup. Jordan's got 8 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Westbrook, and the dunk by Westbrook.
And just taking his frustration out on the rim. He ends a huge run by Brooklyn.
Here's Big Red. He's got 14. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Alex Len's checked in for Washington. Daniel Gafford comes in for Muscala. And that was a great replay we just saw of our mobile one block.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
.156 left to play here in the third. Westbrook, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Big Red. He's covered by Westbrook. Kicks it out to Johnson. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. Launches it. Washington gets it back. Len passes to Avdia. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Avdia's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Brooklyn leading by 17. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Beal against Crowder. And that one is good from Bradley Beal.
I tell you, that's physical defense. Bradley Beal being aggressive, maintains his focus, finishes through contact. Exactly what you want from this guy.
Pass to Big Red. Johnson, a wide open look, bangs home the trifecta. And the Nets lead by 20.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Westbrook with the bucket.
Yeah, this guy is so special. On the attack on the interior, this guy is seeking contact. He doesn't want to avoid it.
24 seconds left to play in the third. Crowder, the pass to Harden. Here's Big Red. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Big Red's got 7 now in this quarter.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
For 3, Westbrook. No good there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action after this word. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going, we've got Harden. Durant is up there with Big Red. Then it's Johnson, and it's Irving at the 1.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end. Well, seized up just a little bit at the last second. That's when he normally converts.
Big Red passes to Harden. On the wing, Irving. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Washington shooting under 40% all in all for the game. Pass to Bryant. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Westbrook with the bucket.
Well, Bradley Beal increasingly becoming a dangerous playmaker. What a pretty pass.
Here's Big Red. And the pass to Johnson. It's picked off. Puts it up from 12. Rebound, Brooklyn. Big Red's got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Pass to Hachimura. He kicks it to Beal. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Well, that's his second 3 of the game. 1 in the first half, 1 here.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Durant, the pass to Big Red. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
For Washington, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Beal, that's for 2, and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Doris, as we've seen, NBA players are becoming more vocal on social issues. Some will say, keep politics out of sports. Should the NBA and should all sports teams be worried about that backlash?
Kevin, one of the things I admire most about the NBA is its commitment to the causes it believes in. And whether we are talking about the mental health issues of some of their players or the current situation in the country, the NBA's commitment to supporting equality and social justice is admirable. What is controversial about equality and social justice for all? Nothing. I admire their commitment. They're on the right track.
Lopez is checked in for Daniel Gafford. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Johnson. Here is Durant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, doesn't Kevin Durant like to put defenders on their heels, and he gets them to foul? Love it.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view, you've gotten a front court view, you've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
Yeah, you know, that's the aggressiveness by Robin Lopez. He doesn't shy away from contact.
At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good.
Robin Lopez, the prototypical lunch pail player. He brings so much skill, able to create some offense when his number is called.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Muscala, he's checked in for Thomas Bryant. Williams comes in for Rui Hachimura. Alonzo Trier's checked in for Beal. And Smith subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Both free throws good from Lopez. Nets leading by 23. Big Red passes to Green. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Green, rebound by Williams. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
At the line for your Wizards, Henrik Williams. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Williams. On the dunk contest, we saw Michael Jordan take on Dominique Wilkins. These days, not as many star players are participating in these skills competitions, like Greg, the slam dunk.
I think it's a great point you raised, Kevin. And I think in part because back in that era, you know, the reality is guys didn't make the kind of dollars they make today. And there was more risk, I guess, in the mindset of guys today, and they didn't want to take that challenge on. So I wish we would see more of our stars in the slam dunk contest, but I don't think that's going to be the case, unfortunately, as much as we'd all like to see it.
Shot clock at 3. Horton Tucker's shot is off.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Williams can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Passes it to Crowder. Here's Conchar. From deep. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Big Red.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
From the top of the key, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Wizards ball.
We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Smith. He It's hauled in by Tolliver. Well, this one is winding down now. Brooklyn can watch the clock run out. Now McLemore. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. Kyrie, very few can match your offensive creativity. So how do you integrate that into the team system?
It starts in our practice. It starts with our practice habits, getting our swing action, and practicing with a purpose. You know, whether it's shoot-arounds or walkthroughs, we're starting to show progress right there and just getting back to what we know, and that's executing on both ends of the floor and trusting one another.
Well, the ball was certainly moving tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long, everyone.
TV award show brought to you this year by Kia, the official automotive partner of the NBA. But before we announce the winners of this year's awards, let's give you a
The activity in front of the Brooklyn Museum, not too far from our setting today here at the Barclays Center. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Berry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, Devin Booker continues to elevate his play every year. He said, it's just putting in hard work. I take this game very seriously. I love the game of basketball. I don't count myself out. No matter what the score is, who we're playing, I'm going full tilt. Kevin, back to you.
A special talent indeed. David, thank you. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out.
And right now for the Nets, gotta be one of the feel-good stories of this NBA season. Not many people were talking about them coming into the start of the year.
No doubt about it. They're one of the top teams everyone's talking about, top to bottom. Everyone in the organization, that means front office, coaches, players, just done an outstanding job this season.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Frank Kaminsky. And it's Paul in at the point guard position. And for the Nets, we've got Irving, Big Red out there with Durant. Then it's Jordan, and it's Harden in at the 2. Midway through the season, are teams, Brent, still trying to find their identity and evolve, or is it just a matter of building on what you've already got?
I think at this point, you already know what you got, Kevin, and so what you want to do, I want to be the best at what it is that I can do, and that's where I think coaching staffs are focused right now.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Bridges kicks to Paul. Booker outside, from outside the arc, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Such a lovely stroke there from Devin Booker. He's a go-to scorer. And a nice shot there from distance.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Ball passes to Booker. Off target from three-point range. To the inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Washington. He dishes it to Bridges. Ayton with it. He's picked up by KD. Back to Bridges. Basket counts.
That's a good find from Ayton, understanding the defensive scheme, and he just waited for his teammate to be open.
And it's Harden with the ball for Brooklyn. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game, great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
And it's the Suns with the ball. Following the bucket by the Nets. Passes it to Ayton. Out to the right wing. Paul kicks to Booker. Drills the three-pointer. Booker's got 6.
Devin Booker up there in usage rate, usually one of the top 5 players in the NBA, and right there you can see why.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
They can't miss. 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Booker the pass to Ayton. Back to Booker, over Harden. Rebounded by the Nets. And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun. Getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
That one good for 2. 8 points for him.
And if Booker has the defense on him inside, he can still deliver. He doesn't let that get to him.
Jordan the pass to Durant.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
That's a 2 from Paul, and Jordan sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
So for the Nets, Jay Crowder comes in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Johnson in for Kevin Durant. And the Suns here with a different look. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Diallo comes in for Bridges. Dinwiddie's checked in for Devin Booker. And Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. Now here's Diallo, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Dinwiddie against Harden.
He looked like he rushed it a bit. The defense wasn't terrible, but still, he's got to knock that down.
No good with the triple. The Suns have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Now here's Diallo. He's guarded by Johnson. Payne kicks to Dinwiddie. And he lays it straight in.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Harden. Coming off a solid outing against Washington. Irving passes to Big Red. And James Harden hits from deep.
And without a doubt, one of the most advanced scorers this game has ever seen. Harden can do damage from just about anywhere.
Here's Payne. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. There's the pass to Craig. Swiped it away. And they're running. Here's Big Red. Hammers it in after taking it the length of the floor.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup. And their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
Green. He's checked in for James Harden. Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. The Suns third.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
1:07 left here in the first quarter. Now here's Diallo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards.
Johnson draws the double. Here's Big Red. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. 11 points for Big Red.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
So for Phoenix, their last game, a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, in that game, I thought they took advantage of some sloppy play, but give them credit. They turned mistakes into points.
Yeah, the last game, it felt like they were just feeding off of what they were doing defensively, forcing a lot of those turnovers, and that helps build your defensive confidence.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they shot the basketball.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Green against Dinwiddie. To stop the run. Not going to go that time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Well, recently, Chris Paul talked about adding some levity to the game.
It sounds so generic to say we had fun, but, like, we may lose a game here or there, but, you know, everybody's still, you know, happy for each other. You know, we're just trying to build.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they use the fast break to generate.
Oh, come on.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Dinwiddie against Green. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Dinwiddie.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him. Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on, and you're right. I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers, and, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then, but I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And Booker getting more and more comfortable fighting through NBA defenses. He used his ability there to get through contact.
Irving up top, defended by Paul. The 3 from KD, and again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's Paul with the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Three-pointer, no good from Booker.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Nets shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
James Harden, he's checked in for the Nets.
One shot.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game and so hard to guard without fouling.
Harden against Booker. Over Harden. Got that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Devin Booker.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
And Bones, Devin Booker capable of big nights. One of just a few players with multiple games of at least 59 points.
So he's always looking to put pressure on the defense, and he's got such a wide array of skills. Not only shooting the basketball, but has shown off more of his patience and playmaking ability as he moves through his career.
The Nets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. And Brooklyn making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from Harden.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Paul dishes to Booker. KD with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Washington. Lets it go from deep, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by KD. Harden's got the lead up to 8 now for Brooklyn. And here is Paul. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Johnson, the pass to KD. Kicks it out to Harden. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And now a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, KD, an awesome job there, just sharing the rock with his teammates.
Galloway, the pass to Paul. And they get it. No good on that one. Some solid defense there from KD. Harden kicks to Jordan. Pass to KD. Shoots the 3. No good on that one. And Phoenix will come the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Kaminsky dishes to Paul. Sweet little floater. Paul's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Pass to KD. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Anticipating the contact there and toughness through that play, Durant is not afraid to attack the defense.
Phoenix calls timeout.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
it's both teams making substitutions here. And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
Look at Harden. He's got a claim in the final place in the Eastern Conference starting lineup. He's 5th in fan voting.
And it's been a season to remember for him so far. And it'll only get better if he can hang on to that starting spot for All-Star Weekend.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Nets leading by 8. 40 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Hits the three-point bomb. Harden's got 14 points for the game.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Payne finds Dinwiddie. A rebound by the Nets. Big Red's got his 4th rebound in this one.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Green against Dinwiddie. With the floater, and the layup is up and in. He's got 10.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
James Harden getting it done for the Brooklyn Nets. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. James Harden led the way in the first half. He had 16 points and 1 rebound. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
The speed they're playing with has been fantastic. They're pushing the ball in transition and catching the defense. That's snapping at it. Anyway, a huge chunk of their offense has come on the break. They've got a nice lead, but they shouldn't slow anything down. I say, keep doing what you do.
And Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
Well, they wouldn't have been in as big as hole as they were if they rebounded. They've got out-hustled, down low, and it cost them some points. They'll be talking about that in the locker room for sure. They know they need to improve on the glass.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Frank Kaminsky. And it's Paul in at the point.
Chris Paul came into the league playing unselfish, continues to do so. What a dime.
Harden outside. Passes it to Durant. And the rejection by Ayton. That one drops for him. Irving's got 7 points in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a walking double-double. This guy has a huge physical advantage on the nights that he's playing other bigs, whether that's by his size or his ability to run the floor. And if he comes out with an aggressive mentality, he could really punish some teams throughout the course of a regular season.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Devin Booker. Irving passes to KD. Knocked loose. And it's sent back by KD.
Wow, the large 6'4" wingspan of Durant on full display. What a block there.
Shoots. Bridges with the board. And some think that Ayton has a chance to be in a class of some of the great big men we've seen, be it Ewing or Robinson, Hakeem. I mean, those are very lofty standards. Brent, how does he get there?
It's a great question. I think when you talk about it, Kevin, you got to look at the defensive end. And those names that you just mentioned on a nightly basis were a force behind anybody on the perimeter. When they came into that house, it was defended. If Ayton gets there, he's got a big opportunity.
The Nets have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like John Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and Katie finishes inside. Durant's got 8.
What I like to see there, Durant no longer shies away from contact. He is the aggressor.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Nets leading by 10. Baseline try. Again, the Nets for 2.
It's just lethal. Once Kevin Durant gets into that spot, he can rise up, and it's pretty much going to go in.
The pass to Paul. Over Jordan. And it's Paul missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Irving, good.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Phoenix calls timeout. You gotta like what Harden has done in this game so far.
You gotta be using this timeout to think about a personnel change or a game plan change to try to slow him down.
Making some changes. Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Kaminsky. Diallo comes in for Bridges, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Paul. Dinwiddie against Irving. Dinwiddie kicks to Booker. Pass to Craig. Back to Booker. 6 on the shot clock. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Suns trail by 15. Will it go? Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Defense unable to stop DeAndre Ayton that time, getting inside and using his frame.
Dives for it, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
The defensive awareness, the timing, when you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Brooklyn making some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Johnson comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Gerald Green in for James Harden. And the Suns also making a change. Payne, he's checked in for Booker. 1:58 left in the third. Now Payne. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Dinwiddie passes to Ayton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
The big man coming with an attacking mindset. That's something for the defense to deal with, and Ayton is dealing.
Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. With the Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
For Brooklyn, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. So it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They trail by 14. Pass to Dinwiddie. Fires for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Big Red's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Suns trail by 16. Dinwiddie outside.
They've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's not just about stopping the offense in the scouting report. It's about knowing where to be when those shots are going to be missed, and they're doing a nice job on the rebounding.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
The Suns shooting their first foul shot of the night.
One shot.
There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Big Red. He's got 13. Pass to Johnson. Here's Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Crowder with the ball.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Dinwiddie, offensive rebound. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels. And it's got them up big. Right back after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Nets leading by 17. We've got Big Red, Gerald Green out there with Irving. Then it's Jay Crowder, and it's Johnson in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And here's Green outside. Goes back up. It's tipped. Now here's Payne. Second chance effort. It's a hand on it. Brooklyn's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Count the basket. And that's 17 points for Big Red.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint. And here we go. Harden heading to the...
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Harden finds KD. Jordan trying to free himself up. Durant, that's good.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Booker the pass to Paul. Good. And a nice assist from Booker.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Outside Durant. Greg, the NBA under Adam Silver has been aggressive looking for ways to enhance the product and attract fans. Where do you fall on that point? Push the envelope or don't rock the boat, or maybe somewhere in between?
I think it might be somewhere in between. These days, people's attentions can be pulled in so many different directions. I think they're smart to not rest on their laurels and to continue to try to evolve. But with that evolution, sometimes it's not going to come over as well as they would like. But I'm a fan of some of the experiments, I should say, that we've tried thus far. And I hope the league continues to push the envelope.
That's a good thought.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Paul surveying the floor. From about 19 feet, again, Phoenix.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
And there's the pass to Harden. And he slams it right down on top of Frank Kaminsky.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
The feed to Booker. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. And it's been said that history is written by the victors. It certainly holds true in sports, don't you think, Greg? And with that in mind, do you think titles are overvalued when evaluating the great players, individual players in history?
You know, Kevin, I think so. Having said that, I think championships do matter, obviously, in the NBA, in basketball in general. One guy can have more impact, right? Because you only play 5 and you play both ways. So it does have something to say, but I don't think that completes the narrative. You know, there's some tremendously talented guys, Karl Malone, Elgin Baylor, Patrick Ewing, Allen Iverson, a lot of greats who never won it. It's easy to count those rings. The measuring greatness has to take in the whole picture.
Hall of Famers, all of them. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball, a little over 50% from the field, and a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
KD finds Jordan. Outside Irving. Outside Durant. The Nets working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Harden's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And it's sent back by Irving. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Durant. On the wing, Irving. Pass to Jordan. The shot comes out. Some solid defense from 8 to the middle. Here's Bridges. Good work defensively by Johnson. And so it's Harden bringing it up for Brooklyn. Passes to Irving. Plays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 12 points in just the second half.
Feels like he's taking nothing but shots he knows he's going to knock down. Kyrie playing sharp here. Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Nets.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Big Red.
Just a force on the glass. Did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
And yes, it's good.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
Here's Booker, and the layup's good off the glass.
Booker, no fear at going to the basket. He's got the size as a 2 guard to do that.
Booker against Harden. The pass to KD. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Paul can't get it to go. And here's Brooklyn. 19-point game. Irving against Booker. Irving with it. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. With DeAndre Jordan, you were a big factor inside tonight. How important was it to control the paint?
You know, we just wanted to set the tone defensively for our team. We knew that they had some great guards who, really penetrate and break defenses down.
Well, you took a lot of that away, DeAndre. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.